Investors love a clean story. Revenue up, profit up, management confident, chart looking handsome. At that point many people stop reading, because apparently footnotes are where joy goes to retire. Graham refuses to stop there. In Chapter 12, he warns investors not to take a single year's earnings too seriously. He also warns that if you do look at short-term earnings, you must watch for traps in the per-share figures. That sounds technical, but the lesson is simple: the headline number is not always the truth you need. This is an educational book summary episode from The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. Today we are using Graham's earnings quality warnings to avoid trusting a clean story too quickly. The framework for this episode is the anti-story checklist. First, normalize earnings. 1 year can be unusually good or unusually bad. Graham repeatedly prefers multi-year records because they reduce the risk of mistaking a temporary condition for earning power. Second, check dilution and special items. A company may report one earnings number before charges, another after charges, and another after considering convertible securities or warrants. Graham's Alcoa discussion shows how the apparent valuation can change dramatically depending on which earnings number the investor uses. Third, examine financial strength. In Chapter 14, Graham's defensive stock criteria include strong current assets versus current liabilities, manageable debt, earnings stability, and a long dividend record. The exact thresholds came from his US market context, but the principle remains: a defensive investor should not need a fragile balance sheet to behave perfectly. Fourth, compare price with evidence. Graham's defensive filters include moderate price to earnings and moderate price to assets ratios. He is not saying every low PE stock is good. He is saying that price must leave room for disappointment. The illustrative case study is Graham's Alcoa earnings example. A quick reader could see one earnings figure and think the stock looked inexpensive. A careful reader would notice special charges, diluted earnings, and a much less flattering picture. Same company. Same report. Different level of reading. That is the point. The market often rewards the person who reads slowly enough to notice what the excited crowd skips. For a modern Indian investor, the same habit applies when reading annual reports, exchange filings, investor presentations, or screeners. If profit rises but operating cash flow does not support it, ask why. If debt is rising faster than earnings, ask why. If one exceptional item makes the year look wonderful, ask what the normal year looks like. These are educational questions, not buy or sell instructions. Graham also uses comparisons across companies to show that popularity and quality are not the same thing. A glamorous business can be too expensive. A dull business can be more attractive if the price and financial strength are favorable. The investor's job is not to applaud the best story. The job is to compare evidence, price, and risk. The checklist item: before trusting a valuation ratio, write the earnings number you used. Is it 1 year, 3-year average, diluted, adjusted, or after special charges? If you cannot identify the earnings base, the PE ratio is decoration. In the final episode, we connect all of this to Graham's central concept: margin of safety, the rule that protects investors from bad forecasts, bad luck, and their own confidence. Thanks for listening. If this episode helped you read one line deeper before trusting a valuation ratio, that is the real goal. Until then, clean one small corner of your desk. Not the whole room. We are seeking progress, not a personality transplant.